Hello and welcome to a quick video where I will try and find the most valuable midfielders on Football Index. So first of all, it can be quite useful to have a look at the average matchday scores needed to win across the different match days. On a bronze match day, you're looking at a score of 198 on average, silver match day is 214, and then on a gold match day that does increase all the way up to 258. I think the only thing that really stands out about these numbers is just that it is quite a bit higher than the matchday scores needed to win for defenders and forwards and goalkeepers. That's probably due to more competition because there's quite a lot of midfielders on the platform, and then I guess they're sort of competing with each other more for like set pieces as well. So because that they are getting more involved in games, taking a lot of crosses, a lot of assists, and the way in which the matchday scoring matrix is set up to sort of reward creativity. I think that's probably why midfielders need to hit sort of higher scores than some forwards and defenders, although there is quite a lot of variance really. And then, yeah, in terms of the matchday scores needed to actually earn dividends, you're looking at scores of like 200 plus really to have an actual chance of earning matchday dividends for a midfielder. Of course, on bronze match days, you're going to have a chance of hitting a score less than 200 and you might win it. But yeah, if you're hitting a score of 250 plus, you're almost certainly going to win as a midfielder. And even players like Joshua Kimmich, he's not actually hit that many scores over 250. He's only hit 2 scores over 250. But in general, scores between 200 and 250 will result in you earning matchday dividends. So let's have a look at the players who do really stand out. And this is a graph showing the scores over 200, which players have actually hit the most scores over 200. And the number one player is, of course, Joshua Kimmich. Just an absolute PB beast, really. 24 scores over 200 altogether now, 24.8% dividend yield. And although he's only hit 2 scores over 250, and as we just saw, the average score to win on a gold match day is 258, he's actually won matchday dividends 10 times on gold match days. Whether he'll win that many gold match days again this season, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Bayern Munich getting into the later stages of the Champions League last season definitely helped him. But nevertheless, I think with the dividends increasing and the Team of the Month dividends introduced, I think he's got a really good chance of returning like 20% plus of his price over the next 12 months. Next on the list is a player who's actually won dividends twice over the last couple of weeks, and I added him to the list before he won dividends again this weekend. It is Kevin De Bruyne. So 20 scores over 200, 6 scores over 250 as well. So his peak scores are slightly better than Kimmich, and a 33.7% dividend yield over the last 12 months. I also think he's got a chance of winning match day and also media dividends, because he does play for a team who are pretty strong in the Premier League, and he is arguably one of the very, very best players in the Premier League. In fact, I don't think you can't even argue it. He just is one of the best players in the Premier League. He's probably in the top 3, and some people would say he is the best player in the Premier League. So that is Kevin De Bruyne, and that's why I think he's got a chance of earning both matchday and media dividends. Next on the list is a player who had a really great start to last season, rising to £3 plus. It's Toni Kroos. 18 scores over 200 from him, and also 4 scores over 250, 58p in dividends won. Now you can buy him at £1.31. I think that's a pretty good price for him, and also I'm sure he'll benefit from the Euros and the World Cup, and so will De Bruyne and Kimmich as well. But yeah, 34.1% dividend yield, really strong player. I don't really think you can argue with that one too much. Next on the list is a player who's a little bit younger than the last 3. Well, maybe he's not that much younger than Kimmich, but he's 24 years old. It's James Maddison, 10 scores over 200. He's not yet hit a score over 250, but 247 and 248, that just shows how he has got the ability to hit really high scores. He's definitely got a brace in him as well. Does get goals for Leicester, and a 10.9% yield. It's not bad for a 24-year-old. I think he's got a chance of transfer links in the future too, because he is fairly young, English, playing in the Premier League, plays for Leicester, who have historically sold quite a lot of their best players. So yeah, we'll see what happens with James Maddison. I think overall he looks like a pretty valuable player at his current price. Next is another player who's actually earned dividends quite recently. It is Alberto of Lazio. Quite a creative player, very strong at dribbling, and takes quite a few set pieces again, like most of the players on this list do. And yeah, 25% in dividends, 20.6% yields. I think he's definitely going to win some more matchday dividends over the next season, and probably return his price in dividends over the next 3 years again. And then finally, the player who I'm probably most confident about returning his price, well, he is a bit older, so he sort of has to, is Daniel Parejo. So he's 32 years old now. So yeah, there's a bit of concern about his age. And you've had players like Santi Cazorla or Ava Banega, they've gone over to like the Middle East to play there. So that'd be the only real concern with Parejo. But as long as he stays in the Liga, and he's on a contract at Villarreal until 2023, I think as long as he stays there, he is going to return his full instant sale price in dividends. I'd guess anyway, 52.6% dividend yield over the last 12 months. And he actually earned 28p in dividends the other day, which is like literally half of his current instant sale price. So yeah, I think he's got a great chance of returning his full price in dividends over the next season or two, to be honest. And Villarreal also in the Europa League too, where I'm sure he'll benefit from playing against RB Salzburg in the next round. And then let's have a look at all the players then who kind of make up this graph. And all these players here, you can make strong arguments for them being good value. You know, you've got Sancho and Phil Foden falling below the trend line, but that's because they have quite high prices due to their media potential. And then there's so many players here who I think will be great holds. I've only put like RDP, that's Rodrigo de Paul, and ADM's Angel Di Maria, both great players for earning matchday dividends. And Kalinoglu's here. Filip Kostic as well. I mean, historically, last season as well, he hit loads of matchday scores over 200. Alejandro Gomez, a little bit out of favour at the minute at Atalanta, but again, really great chance of earning matchday dividends. And the player who is probably more likely to earn dividends at Atalanta is Josip Ilicic as well, who's actually hit 7 scores over 250, which was one of the highest on the list. And this is just a graph looking at 200 plus scores, but if you want to play hitting like the highest peak scores, Josip Ilicic for his price is an unbelievable hold as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.